What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at One to Watch Tonali, which you really could not tell, seeing as though the card is not actually in the game. Don't know if that's a bug or they've just not updated it as of yet. It is the first SBC player we've got, and like I say, it is a one to watch, just so you make sure that you know that. 3-star skills, 4-star weak foot, 5'11" medium high. He's not a bad card. I feel like as a starter he can be okay. Just really looking off him straight off the bat, it's an 80 rated squad with 75 chem that you've got to give up. Really not that bad. Minimum 1 Serie A player. Personally, I gave him a few untradables that I've been getting from doing upgrade packs and all of that good stuff, so nothing really too tested there. And I think the one thing you've got to think about with one to watches is they always have the opportunity to go up. Yes, being 77 is a little bit low in my opinion. I feel like an 80 at the very least, just because how hard it's going to be for Tonali himself to go really far up there. He has moved to AC Milan, which is always a nice move for him after playing for, I want to say, Brescia. I'm pretty sure it was Brescia from the League SBC. So his stats: 80 pace, 83 acceleration, 78 sprint speed. Can't argue with one bit. We've got passing that's relatively decent. Defense really could do with something, and I think that's where I'm going to be looking at really. I feel like a sentinel may be the choice, or something that potentially a guardian that gets defending dribbling with the 79 strength already and the 76 aggression. I feel like that is usable right now. Give it a week and to be honest, this card probably isn't usable, and I think there's probably going to be people's teams that have better CDMs, but obviously this is the first special, so I had to give it a go. He's got leadership, flair, and then that's it in terms of traits that matter to us. Personally, I'm going to try him with a sentinel on him, and it's something that I'm really trying to do with these cards, is make sure that I get the chemistry on them beforehand, because there's so many times that I've just done basic. I know what chemistry style I want to use and I've just not put it on, so I'm really trying to get into that groove of really putting it on first. Obviously I can change my mind, so if we do get to the end of the review and I think probably could have done with something else, then obviously we look at that in the overall, in the end screen, so that's when we get to see Footbin's kind of solutions as well. With the sentinel on, as you can see, we get 84 strength, 86 aggression, get a bit more jumping, which is always nice, as he is 5'11", so he's not a small player by any means. And then obviously he gets quite a nice little boost on his defensive stats, and I think that's going to absolutely do wonders for him, as he already has the acceleration and sprint speed that's okay for right now. But anyway, let's jump into some into matches and see how he goes. Tonali leading the attack here. Like I said, we've got acceleration with him. He's got a bit of passing on him, and he is making them runs forward. Does stop with due to my custom tactics with him staying in defence, so that is something. Does win the ball back. Turn it with Ziyech, and I didn't realise that he's left-footed. It's the first match that I've used Ziyech as well, so I am still getting used to him. Forgot that he is pretty much an all left-footed player. Tonali again, absolutely running wild there. Try and find him, bring him up the pitch a little bit. We can find him, Richarlison. That's an absolutely cracking ball, and it's back of the net. That's lovely from him already. Really pushing up, and I feel like he is trying to get forward a bit more, even with my tactics of stay back whilst defending. I feel like that's kind of what I'm trying with the DMs, just to hopefully kind of bring in that defensive side of me. Going into a manual after pretty much one of the most automatic defending games of all time in FIFA 20, it's very hard to kind of adjust into the manual defending once more. Enter Tonali again. Love the dribbling that we get now on this game. I don't know, it feels very, very 360 almost. Oh, nearly. Which is really good. When it comes to a very agile player, you can really notice the difference in terms of turning and really kind of making the ball his own, which is always a very nice feature that they've brought in there. Tonali on edge of box. Going to pass it again. I didn't really want to go for just that hit and hope. Oh, that's cracking. Oh, that's play. Like I said, it's all about being calm. Ziyech with his first goal for the club as well. It's all about being composed, basically. Tonali wouldn't have got that shot. There's no point shooting there. We've managed to turn it back around. He's knocked it into another person, and then Ziyech has absolutely slammed it home for us. Oh, that is cracking. Bergwijn with his first goal for the club as well. Honestly, what a pass from Ziyech there. Tonali again. We can see him really holding that ball very, very nicely. Lovely again. Oh, it's beautiful play. Pulls it back into Ziyech, into Bergwijn. What a block off the line from Dinegi. Into Tonali's feet. Really using that kind of play just very nicely. He's holding that midfield so well here. Into Tonali. Back across. Oh, and the defender just manages. But he's managed to win it back. And we couldn't have got it onto his right foot. I probably should have maybe tried a spin, but I don't think it would have had too much of an impact. Oh my, Ziyech is just absolutely phenomenal there. Into Tonali again. Running that mid. I don't think he's actually put a foot wrong yet. Aye, repaying the favour. So going into the overall for Tonali, literally coming in at about 8k. For me, I just don't feel like you can miss up this SBC. I feel like it's a 10 out of 10 for the SBC. It really doesn't cost that much. If you can get it down for 8k, even if he has the chance of going up 3 ratings, 5 ratings, even if he wants to go up 10 ratings and they give him a huge increase, that is still most definitely worth doing. Because if you literally figure out by, say, midway through the year, he's an 85, 86, you'd be kicking yourself that you didn't spend 10k for that, or even less than that. And to be honest, with obviously all the packs that are going on, all the SBCs and season rewards, more than likely you'll have an 80 rated squad pretty much in there. And 75 chem, I think after really seeing some of the 100 chem SBCs, the 90s, the 80s, 75 really isn't that much for a very low rated team. Like I said, in terms of all of his ability, he actually didn't play that bad. He was a really, really demanding CDM, was pushing up, very, very much controlling that midfield very nicely, and we made 2 rage quits in a row. Very happy with how that turned out. In terms of the chem style that I went with, I personally tried with Sentinel, which would turn him into an 80 CDM, which is not bad, 3 ratings above. The other chem style I was looking at was potentially the Guardian. Obviously, you wouldn't get much more physical, but you would get a little bit more on that dribbling as well. It does it actually get it up more? It gets up the defending by 1, and obviously, what did the physicals go up to? 84, 86. It all depends on what you want. I feel like that's going to be great for his balance, and obviously with ball control is going to be quite nice. If it got up reactions as well, that would be pretty fantastic. But it's really a toss-up between them two. If I look here, people are going with Shadow. I feel like, yeah, that could be a move, to be honest, but I think with his pace already, I think at the start of the game, I'm not too fussed about that pace. Anchor could be another one, and Anchor could be a great shout, in fact. That would turn him into an 80. What did the Shadow turn him into? An 80 CDM. An Anchor would also get the pace. Defending not as much, and then a bit more physical as well, which obviously is always good. I think it's down to you. I think personally Sentinel would be my choice to start the game, and then maybe move over to a Shadow. I think Guardian is another shout, and then Anchor as well being the next two, in my opinion. In terms of in real life, we have not played a match yet, so very interesting there. Link-wise, we have got perfect links. We've got Donnarumma, obviously can't link him. Romagnoli, again, looks a relatively solid centre-back, to be honest. And really, that's all we're going to look there. We have got a lot of Italian icons, which obviously we all knew. And then weak links is pretty much anyone in the Serie A. We then have Verratti, who's also an Italian player in a different league. And then we've got people like Jorginho, all of them Italians that are just lower down in other divisions. So a few decent links. I think even at the start of the game, he's got plenty of ability to link with people. 3-star skills, a little bit of a downgrade there. The composure is kind of like the big one that I'm thinking is going to be the one. Hopefully we can see some upgrades, but I think it's a no-brainer to do it. I really rated him in terms of out of a 77, and overall first SBC card down. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like and subscribe. Let me know if you're going to be doing Tonali. See you all.